Hello, welcome to Personal Statement Planet. My name's David. I'm delighted you found the channel. I'm really pleased you found this video, and if you're pleased too, please do like, subscribe, check out some of the other videos we have to offer, because every single thing we do on this channel is there to help you write, create, plan, submit the most fantastic personal statement. Personal statement that really works for you. Now here's the thing, this video is all about personal statement sentence starters, and the reason that I've made this video is because over at Personal Statement Planet, the post that goes with this video is one of the most popular posts that people look at, okay? And the reason is you might have the most fantastic content to write about in your personal statement. You could have a brilliant academic record, you could have a fantastic range of personal skills, academic skills, practical skills. You could have done so much work experience, all brilliant things. But if the words that you use to introduce your ideas, to connect your ideas, and I guess ultimately then to conclude your ideas are boring, if they're dull, if they're repetitive, then all the content in the world isn't going to sound great. So this video is all about working on those three things, yeah? Those three elements of your personal statement, specifically to do with sentence starters, the words you use to connect your ideas, and the words that you use to conclude or sum up the points that you make. Alright, so one of the things that you do not want in your personal statement is monotony. So how often have you tried writing one or read someone else's, or for that matter, just read like any piece of writing at all, and you hear the same things over and over again? I'll give you a couple of examples. I also did that. I also do this. That's really a wasted opportunity, because every time you say things like I also, or I also did, whatever it is, anytime you repeat stuff, you're missing an opportunity to add some value to your personal statement. And that's what the game is all about, all right? So stuff like I also is no good. Because isn't a great connector. Additionally, subsequently, consequently, over and over again. If you can find a way to stretch out, to lengthen, to improve, to add value to each of those connectors, sentence starters, finishers, you'll be doing great. So let's kick off with the first of those, all right? So that we're going to look now really specifically at the kinds of sentence starters, the kinds of introductions, the kinds of vocabulary that you can use in your personal statement to bring it to life, to make it blossom, and to engage the reader. The definition of. It's always thought. My experience of. I justified my. The key aspects, it has always, engaging with, having analysed, the central theme, I have researched, in advance of, and my understanding of. So look, I don't want you to stop the video, but I kind of do want you just to stop the video and go and look at some of the stuff you've written. Go through where you're at on your draft with your personal statement right now, and every time you've written I have also, or just even I did ABC, take some of those sentence starters that I just went through, think about which ones would really apply most relevantly, and just add them in and get a sense of the depth that addition gives to your personal statement and how much more interesting it might be. Let's look at a little example here. Engaging with. Engaging with is a great one because it shows that you're practical, it shows that you're active, it shows that you are motivated to the subject that you're talking about. So instead of saying, I also did an online course in my spare time, you could say, engaging with an online course in the origins of Neolithic timber structures, I was able to develop my understanding of prehistory in preparation for this degree. That sounds a lot better than I also did a course. Okay, so that's an example of how you might use one of those words. When you've had a play, come back to me, we'll carry on with some connections. All right, so when we talk about comparative sentence starters, what we're talking about here is quick, direct, clear words that will help you start a sentence by comparing one thing with something else. So this is particularly useful in a personal statement if you are making an argument, if you are comparing viewpoints from within your subject, or if you are trying to show your knowledge and understanding of a particular theory or aspect of your subject by exploring and outlining two different opposing views. So these are good ways of quite concisely, quite simply, quite quickly introducing the idea of debate and opinion. Similarly, conversely, however, in opposition to, while this is the case, in response, I, when set against, as a reaction to, in contrast to, my previous experience, by comparison, although the. So if you're trying to make a comparative point, then saying something like in response shows that you have an understanding of both the points that you want to make, and it gives you an opportunity to outline opposing views. Okay, so we're going to get now to the last kind of sentence starter, and this is a concluding sentence starter. So in other words, it's a way of starting a sentence that's going to be making a final point about something. The important thing to remember as well is that when you do that, I guess apart from the very last paragraph or the last sentence you write, you want to make sure that your sentence is not only concluding something, but it's opening the door to the next point that you want to make. And in that way, everything flows really nicely and easily, and the reader is like, yes, this person can structure a personal statement, and that's what you need. But when we think about concluding sentence starters, we might be thinking about these kinds of words. It has been proven that, applying my practical experience, I believe that this research, the values of, as a consequence, my volunteering experience has, my high level of engagement in, it is my ambition to, this experience illustrated, in conclusion, as a committed student and having successfully. Again, what you've got to remember with concluding sentence starters is that you want to show not only your knowledge, but the value of that piece of knowledge to you as an applicant. And then you want to go on and explain really clearly how that knowledge is going to help you on the course that you're applying for. So by saying something like, as a consequence, rather than I also, it means that you're showing the value of the thing that it is you're talking about, and also that you're aware that it has the potential to be developed. There's something more that can come. There's a greater sense of learning that can come because you've said as a consequence. It's showing that you're kind of committed to learning and that you're open to new ideas. That's critical because that's exactly what every single admissions tutor wants to see. Someone who can learn, apply that learning, recognize that there's more that they need to know, and be motivated to go and get it. And that's why something like as a consequence is a much better sentence starter for a concluding paragraph than lastly or I also. Okay guys, that's my quick video on sentence starters for personal statements, but particularly introductory sentence starters, comparative sentence starters, and concluding sentence starters. Those three elements. There's other kinds of stuff and you'll find them in other videos. Also, do check out personalstatementplanet.com. It's packed full of all kinds of great resources. The links are in the description below. In particular, head over to the post that relates to this video and you'll get all of those words, all of those sentence starters right there. You can copy and paste, bang them into your own work, and you'll really start to see the whole thing transform. I hope this has been useful. If it has, please do like, please do subscribe so that more people can find the channel, join the community, and good luck on your personal statement journey.